We have Damilola here from ARM. Good morning, Damilola.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Lagos.
Good morning. Now, Damilola would normally join us, but today he's going to be on the hot seat as he has to take on your questions as well as answer, some of your, have take on the lead on the analysis this morning of our business stories. Just in case you'd like to join the conversation as we all are running it together this morning, you might want to send us a message on WhatsApp. The number to send the message to is 0809 444 That's 0809 444 Please don't call that number. It's strictly for WhatsApp. Now, if you'd also like to send us a message, please feel very free to do so. We are on Twitter at Smooth981FM. That's Smooth981FM, and use the hashtag Business Express 981. All right, Damala, we'll go straight into the stories for this morning. The first thing, of course, we'd like to visit the stock market. Let's know who the top gainers and the top losers for this week or this morning are.
Yeah, market closed slightly up on Friday. I think that was the first trading session since the election results were announced.
Yeah.
Most people expected that after the election we'll see investor interest in the market, but we've not really seen so much of that in the stock market. As against that, we've seen investors, channel their interest, towards the bond segment of the market. And from the last week alone, I think the bond market dipped by its biggest margins, to its lowest point
Yeah, why was
in
that so?
2019. It's just because of foreign buying
Lord.
for the bonds and treasury bills. So the stock markets have been trading sideways for some time, and we hope valuations are currently cheap, are attractive, and we hope in no time we might see foreign interest in that segment of the market as well.
Okay. All right, thanks very much. Now, the first story we're taking this morning, Danola, is very interesting. It's an update on the Quadriga crypto mystery. And this is it's turning out to be some sort of Hollywood movie, a script from a Hollywood movie. Now, Quadriga crypto mystery deepens with cold wallets found empty. Now, when Quadriga FinTech Solutions Corporation founder Gerald Cotton died, account holders fetched the encrypted access keys needed to cover, the $143 million of cryptocurrencies held by the exchange in offline storage could be lost forever. I remember a number of times on Business Express 91, we've talked about this, we've analyzed this, talked about how hackers were hopefully going to get in and get people's money out. Well, it looks now like the storage Quadriga is known to have used, dubbed cold wallets, has been empty. I say that again, empty since April.
Yeah, it's been an interesting news.
Yeah.
We all know the sort of interest we've seen in the cryptocurrency space of recent. I
Yeah.
think sometime last year or so, cryptocurrency prices went as high as $15,000. That's to tell you the kind of demand we saw there. But then one major issue with the whole cryptocurrency thing is the fact that it's not backed by law. It's not backed by the law of federation for most country, and even our own central bank have come out to say cryptocurrency trading is illegal and is not allowed in the financial space.
Yeah.
I guess it's because of this kind of
Things like
concerns.
this,
Yeah,
yes. Where there's no
yeah,
regulation, things
yeah,
like this are about
exactly.
to happen. Does it remind you of MMM by any chance? I'm sorry to bring it up for those who are not, who are deeply affected by that. But again, we have to remember things like this. So when we're told that it's not regulated, avoid it, it's illegal, we might want to take that a bit.
Yeah, it does. It does a lot. Like you said as well, MMN. We also have losers and gainers.
Yeah.
But for us, we're a stock trading firm, and what we do is backed by SEC, is backed by law, and more often than not, you don't get to see this sort of incidents, happen in the stock exchange market or in the bond market,
Okay.
or in structured investment, that are backed by law. So advice for listeners out there is they should just stick to investment, that can yield positive returns, investment that and can allow them go to sleep, without any fear of whether or not the wallet will go empty.
Will go empty.
Yeah.
All right, now let's hear your thoughts on this story. It's been developing, and I'm sure even more news will come up very shortly. The number to send your message to is 0809 4440981. Okay, let's move away from that one and go to this next headline. Nigeria's exports rose to a 6-year high in 2018. Now, this is according to Nairametrics.
Yeah, on Friday, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics released the trade number for the last quarter of 2018. And like you just read, Nigeria export over 2018 rose to a 6-year high, which is actually very good. Over 2018, we saw higher crude oil prices and also stable production.
Yeah.
So that helped our export, climb to a 6-year high, like you read out, and which is also positive for us. We also saw the impact in federal government fiscal picture. The federal government, unlike prior years, they had a lot of monies, to play around with, and also that also impacted our foreign exchange reserves as well.
Yeah.
Our reserves, at the point grew to as high as $48 billion, due to the higher crude oil prices we saw. So that was positive for us. So in Q4 alone, we had a surplus of 1.44 trillion naira, largely driven by export. Import was 3.58 trillion.
Okay.
Export was 5.02 trillion naira. And for our export, the major driver was still the crude oil export, which constituted about 84.2% of our total export, while non-oil export was 4.6%.
That's still quite low.
Yeah, that's still quite low. But going forward, our own since 2018 is past.
Yeah.
I'm sure listeners out there will be looking to see what the outlook for trade will be over 2019.
Yeah.
And as we know, we are faced with lower crude oil prices. At the moment, crude oil prices are trading below what they used to trade in 2018. In 2018, we saw crude oil prices go as high as $80 per barrel, but for now they're trading at $60 per barrel level, which is low. So going into 2019, we might not see the sort of figures we see for export numbers, in 2018.
Yeah.
For us, in-house, we have our outlook for trade is a bit benign. We still expect it to print in surplus over 2019, but we are expecting a smaller surplus compared to what we had, for 2018.
All right, thank you very much. Now we have a message here from Yinka. Yinka says you just had to chip it in, rub it in our faces, Abby. He's referring to the story of the cryptocurrency. Just when we're trying to move on gradually, and you remind us of this, Yinka, and to everyone else who invested in MMM, I apologize. Anyway, it just reminded me to place a curse on my brody wherever he is at the moment. Hell or heaven, I doubt. Yinka, that's not nice for a Monday morning, but I do feel your pain. Ibrahim here says this story sounds somehow. Who are the holders or owners of the cryptocurrency going to sue? Wait, are we sure this guy is really dead? That's a big question. Some people have said, is he not? Is he going to pull a Terminator on us and be back? Or is he going to, resurrect again? But he says, I bet I'll be asking to do a forensic investigation on the corpse if I was one of the investors. Ibrahim, very well said.
Yeah, they're currently auditing the case. I think Ernst & Young has been assigned, to carry out an audit, on the firm.
Okay.
And also, I know most investors, the people that invested in that cryptocurrency have also gone to court, to seek a sort of cover, from the law. But it will be interesting to see how it goes.
The drama keeps unfolding, and of course, on Business Express, we'll be bringing you all the details as they unfold. I'm sure Rotus would wish you were here to tear into the story because it is something that is almost out of a storybook. Now, EFCC filed suit against ex-Skye Bank chairman Tunde Ayeni. The EFCC have initiated legal action against the former chairman of Skye Bank, Tunde Ayeni, and its former managing director due to mismanagement of funds. Now, talk of the human being. You just had to weigh in on this story, right?
I'm so sorry I'm late, Lagos. Oh God, but you guys are doing well. You didn't even need me. I should have just stayed downstairs.
No, I wanted to hear your opinion on the cryptocurrency issue.
Okay, yeah, the two of you have done well. And Yinka he was already complaining about you rubbing their faces in the MMM, but you had to raise it. Good stuff. Dami, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Lagos, I apologize. I need 12 strokes, but this governorship election coming up, they should do something about infrastructure. It's terrible. We were talking about EFCC, yeah?
Yeah, we're talking about
Go ahead,
okay,
go ahead. Take it away.
I talked about it. So mismanagement of funds. Big story right there. What's your take on that one?
Dami, what do you think, man? I mean, the Minister of Finance said this last year, Abi, that whoever was found guilty of mismanagement of funds would be brought to book.
Yeah, we brought to book. We all know the story behind how Skye Bank, moved from a public listed company to become a private listed company. At the moment, they're called Polaris Bank, and because of the issues they had, with how the firm was unable to function, appropriately at the bank. CBN had to step in, to take over management of the bank. And we all know this was going to happen anyways, because the bank, the story behind the bank, wasn't clear, and it was so obvious that there might be some, there might be some things, behind the scene, but we don't know. It will be interesting to see how things unfold at the moment.
Dami, I know Dami is being careful, but the figure I'm seeing here, the figure I'm seeing here is 21 billion naira that was diverted, according to them, Mr. Ayeni and the other, I think it's the MD or so, the other gentleman that's involved here, were moved it to, I think it's Victor or Sadotor, I think that's his name, were involved. No, sorry, that's from the UBA story, excuse me. There's another individual involved in this who they said diverted funds to two particular companies. And so Oguntayo, that's his name. It's Oguntayo, yeah, Oguntayo. Timothy Oguntayo, former MD, yes, that's correct. So, I mean, as Dami has said, we'll just wait for more information, but it is, and I won't give it to our listeners. When we first mentioned that Skye Bank was going down, I don't know if it was even Yinka or Benga Kamo, a number of people were like, look, somebody has to pay for this, and Mr. Ayeni's name kept coming up. But again, we'll have to just see how the lawsuit goes and where that moves to. Dami, okay, moving on from there, I think we're going to UBA now, yes? UBA, we all thought it was just Mali that they were opening in their new branch in, but apparently they also opened in the UK as well.
Yeah, we had the open in the UK. Which to me is positive for the bank.
Yeah.
They're spreading their coverage beyond Nigeria, and depending on how you say it, it is actually positive for them in terms of deposit. And also in terms of since they have a branch in UK and other offshore countries, in terms of FX also, it's also positive for them as well. So whichever way you see it, I think
it's good for them.
Story.
Are they one of your picks as far as
Yeah, they're one of our picks. We have GT Bank, we have Zenith, we have UBA, and we have Fidelity Bank in the banking space also as one of our picks. Also, Dank Sender released last week.
Yeah, solid result.
The result was very good as well. He's also one of our top picks for the week as well.
All right, Lagos, again, I'm sorry for being late.
We don't accept your apology.
Dami, thanks for coming.
Rotus's apology. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you, Dami from ARM. Thank you so much.
Thank you for holding it down, Ayo.
I'm not upset. Just thank you. Please,
I'll buy something. I'll buy something after the show.
All right, Lagos, we'll go on a break right now. When we come back, it'll be time for some nice music. Don't forget at 7:30 we bring you freshly